Hi, I'm Dan McLellan, the Chargers Rapid Reporter for CBSSports.com. This is the Chargers preview show where each and every week I give you a little insight into the game to come. This is week 15 of the season, and the 5-8 Chargers will host the 4-9 Carolina Panthers. Let's start with an admission of being wrong. Last week I thought the Chargers are going to get killed by the Steelers, and they shocked me by winning 34-24. The O-line played much better than I expected they were going to play. And the Panthers, who they play this week, shocked the world by beating the Falcons. So there's two teams that don't have a good record, but are both coming off of good wins and are looking forward to hopefully keeping that momentum going. The Chargers are holding on to playoff hopes by a really small little thread. The Panthers have actually been eliminated from postseason contention at this point. The Panthers have at quarterback Cam Newton, who gets it done both through the air with 3,220 passing yards and on the ground with 640 rushing yards. Quarterback Philip Rivers says that in many ways he's playing the same position as Newton, but in many ways it's very much different. Of course, Rivers isn't that much of a mobile quarterback. Newton's favorite wide receiver is Steve Smith, who has 999 receiving yards and needs just one more for 1,000 receiving yard season. And Tyronne Green leads the Panthers with 7 TDs. Look for Rivers to continue to hit Denario Alexander, who had 88 receiving yards and 2 touchdowns last week against the Steelers. Alexander now has 555 receiving yards and 5 touchdowns since he was signed in Week 8, which is actually more than former Chargers wide receiver Vincent Jackson. I think this is a fairly evenly matched game, but there are some injuries of concern, and we'll get into that into the injury report. The Chargers have 6 players who are listed anywhere from being out to questionable in this game. None of them are expected to play. The biggest concern is at the inside linebacker position. Demorrio Williams is out with a groin injury, and Donald Butler is listed as questionable, also with a groin injury. This led to the signing of Gary Guyton on Wednesday, a former Patriot. He's a 5-year veteran, but hasn't played at all this season, is likely going to get the start at the weak side linebacker position and share times with Andrew Gackler. Also doubtful is running back Ronnie Brown with a hamstring injury, right tackle Jeromey Clary, and left guard Tyronne Green. And Eder Royale is listed as questionable. With Green and Clary likely not going to play, the Chargers are going to go with the same offensive line they went with last week, despite the fact that left tackle Mike Harris is listed as probable, but Norv Turner said that in all likelihood Kevin Haslam will receive his second start in a row. This should actually be a pretty good game. Both teams have had lost a lot of close games this season. They have different strengths, but I am picking the Chargers for the first time in a long time. I think they're going to win 26-24. For all your latest Chargers information, please visit CBS Sports every single day. You can also follow me on Twitter at CBS Chargers and San Diego Sports. You can hear me on the radio Sundays on Extra Sports 1360, the home of the Chargers, Sports Squawk Sunday with Doug and Dan from 9 to 10 a.m.